I welcome you to the session. This is our weekly SAP webinar. Purpose of this session basically is to introduce you all with the various components and products of SAP ecosystem. This session is not specific to any module. This is not specific to any particular product of SAP ecosystem. Objective of this session is to introduce you all with the various products, components of SAP ecosystem. Again, thank you all for joining the session and I appreciate your attendance. Thank you very much. Let me start the session by introducing myself. My name is Dilip Sadh. I've been doing SAP past many years. While doing SAP professional experience, I primarily worked with 3 companies. I was a senior director with Accenture and Capgemini US out of New York office, and I was associate partner with IBM. I've been doing SAP since 98, so many years. These are some of the companies where I did SAP implementation myself. A lot of them in the US, some in Europe, some in Asia, some in other countries. I do academics. I've been doing academics past many years. I teach SAP and I also teach many other technologies in SAP field. I'm a visiting professor with the Indiana University, Pennsylvania, where I'm teaching SAP 3-credit course and various other universities. I'm a mechanical engineer. Somebody asked me how many people I have trained and taught in SAP. I don't know the true number, many thousand, probably one estimate, maybe 3,000 students. These are some of the industries where I did implementation. These are some of the areas where I did my SAP experience. Now, this is our agenda. As I mentioned to you in the beginning, that this course today is not specific to any module, but to provide an overview of entire SAP ecosystem. So then you can have an appreciation and understanding of the different products and solutions and services which SAP provides. This is SAP. I hope everyone can hear my voice. Yes, audio is on. Please select audio option and dial number given in email, or select audio option. Equals to computer. Okay, so continuing with my discussion. So about SAP, and another thing, like everybody is on mute, so I keep everyone on mute just to make sure that everybody can hear my voice clearly. So if you have any questions, use chat box. Now coming back to SAP. So SAP is a German company, established in 1972. So from IT perspective, it's a fairly old company. Apart from its headquarters, which is in Germany, it also has offices in many countries across the world. SAP has its customers in almost every country in the world. Almost many major country we think in the world, SAP has its own customers. 75,000 employees. With one estimate of Gartner, 87% of Fortune 500 companies in the world, 87% of Fortune 500 companies in the world use SAP. 74% of world's economy, taking banking out, runs on SAP. Talking about SAP's product portfolio. Now, if you look at this slide carefully, you will see that the SAP has many products. In fact, it has a huge number of products, software applications, which SAP has. In the center of this slide, we have something called SAP ERP. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. This is the central product of SAP. No wonder it is also in the center of the slide. When I was saying that 87% of Fortune 500 companies using SAP, when I was saying that 74% of world's economy taking banking out runs on SAP, I was talking about SAP ERP. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. Then apart from ERP, SAP also has a CRM, which basically means Customer Relationship Management. SAP also have something called SCM, which is Supply Chain Management. It also have a PLM, which is Product Lifecycle Management. It also have a SRM, which is Supplier Relationship Management. It has a SAP Marketplace. It has a SAP Business Intelligence, SAP Enterprise Portal, Financials. HCM is Human Capital Management. These are SAP's own separate products. SAP ERP is SAP's central product. Now on the top, there is something called SAP for Industry. SAP being used in almost 24 different type of industries. You mean product by module? No, separate products, not modules. So when I say aerospace and defense, so SAP being used in aerospace and defense, used in automotive, used in pharmaceutical, used in consumer goods, oil and gas, and any major industry you can think of: apparel, footwear, retail, wholesale distribution, manufacturing, discrete manufacturing, and many other industries. SAP also have something called country solutions. Country solutions. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, that SAP being used in almost all different countries. Now, a lot of people do ask how the same product can be used to so many different countries. The answer to that question is the SAP also have something called country solution. So for example, if you are using SAP in Brazil, you use same SAP. The same SAP is used anywhere in the world, in any industry. SAP used in Johnson & Johnson, SAP used in Nike, being used in Reebok, SAP using in Pepsi and Coca-Cola, SAP used in Apple and Samsung. They are same SAP, but they have an industry solution. SAP used in US or SAP used in Canada, SAP used in Japan, SAP used in Brazil, SAP used in China is same SAP. 99.99%. But for most country, for a lot of country, SAP also have something called country solutions. Now on the right hand side, there is something called SAP All-in-One. SAP All-in-One is SAP's ERP for medium-sized enterprises. SAP Business One is a separate product, and that is SAP's product for small businesses. In the bottom, we have something called SAP NetWeaver. SAP NetWeaver is SAP's own product. So SAP NetWeaver is SAP's platform. I will be talking about SAP NetWeaver more. SAP NetWeaver, apart from being platform, also have certain components in it. It has enterprise portal. The product I'm going to talk about, what does it do? It also has business intelligence, MDM, XI, and others. This is SAP's product portfolio, these are SAP's separate products, not modules. And there are many other products apart from these which are not there on this slide. SAP Service Portfolio, what does SAP do? Well, all practical purposes, SAP is a software company. Making, selling, producing software is their primary business. But apart from that, they also do global support. They also do consulting. They also do custom development. You can learn SAP from SAP. Many products of SAP available on cloud. They keep producing new versions, and they also provide various other tools and technology. But primarily, SAP is a software company, and they focus on enterprise softwares, enterprise applications. That is their primary business. SAP Product and Solutions, business transformation to adaptive business. Let me tell you some interesting number. I mentioned to you, and 87% of Fortune 500 companies use SAP, 74% world's economy runs on SAP. I mentioned SAP being used in almost every country in the planet Earth. Let me tell you some other interesting number. SAP software is very costly. SAP implementation costs you millions of dollars. SAP implementation takes a lot of time. Average life cycle of SAP implementation, depending upon the scope, could be anywhere from 1.5 years to 2 years. It takes a lot of consultants. Dozens and dozens and dozens of SAP consultants get deployed. The question though is, why all these companies across the world spend millions of dollars, hundreds of consultants, many months, and implement, and almost everyone uses it? What does it do? What does it do is an important question, and we can talk about that whole night. We don't have a time for that. Let's focus on one: disconnected functional silos to integrated processes and information. I use one word that is called ERP. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. ERP is a concept. ERP is a philosophy. And SAP is a product which is constructed on this philosophy, this concept called ERP. ERP as a concept came in late 80s, around 30 years back. It's pretty old now. It's a very simple concept, but very revolutionary. And what does this concept do? Integrate processes, and by integrating processes, integrate the information. In your company, or any company for that matter, you have finance, you have sales, you have service, you have production, you have quality, inventory, warehousing, procurement, all those different functions. How all those functions can be integrated, and by integrating all those functions, how can we provide an integrated view of information? All these ERPs, SAP or anything else for that matter, they do this very simple task: integrate all processes within the enterprise, and by integrating the processes, providing an integrated view of information. This is the central argument of using any ERP. SAP Product Evolution, 1972 and 2018, almost more than 45 years. These are the three incarnations of SAP. There is one more. First incarnation is SAP R2. SAP R2 is a mainframe system, came in 1979. Then 1992, SAP came with something called SAP R3, which became the most popular product of SAP. R3 means three-layer architecture. It used to work on client server. Then in 2004, R3 died. Then came SAP NetWeaver. It was based upon web services. R2 based upon mainframe. R3 came in 1992, which based upon client server, three-layer architecture. And in 2004, SAP came with something called SAP NetWeaver. and its architecture used to be called web services. There are 3 incarnations of SAP in 45 years. There is one more incarnation which is not here, which I will talk in the later slide. This is another view of the product evolution in last 45 years. First and foremost, it was SAP R2, which was mainframe. 1992, R2 died, came R3. Its architecture used to be called basis. Then a decade back and so, SAP came with something called SAP R3 and 4.6c. You will be surprised. Now, I mentioned to you there are many products which are there in SAP ecosystem, but 2/3 of its life cycle for all practical purposes, SAP was just a one product company that used to be called SAP R3. This is the central product. Then about decade and so back, SAP came with a product called CRM, which means Customer Relationship Management. Came another product which is called APO, means Advanced Planner and Optimizer. Then SAP became from one product company to multi-product company. Then came SAP R3 Enterprise 4.7, and then R3 died. Then in 2004, SAP came with something called SAP-ECC. ECC stands for Enterprise Central Component. Most of you, when you're planning to learn SAP, you are planning to learn some part of this monster which is called SAP ERP. This monster sits on the platform which is called SAP NetWeaver. But apart from SAP ERP, which is the central and most broadly and most widely used product, and most of you would be learning this product or some part of this product, not all of them, some part. There is also various other products. We have a CRM, means Customer Relationship Management. There's a separate product called SRM, Supplier Relationship Management. There's another product called SCM, which is Supply Chain Management. There's another product called PLM, which is Product Lifecycle Management. There's another product called HCM, which is Human Capital Management. These are SAP's separate product. SAP application characteristic. Well, these application characteristic could be SAP or any product or any ERP for that matter. No wonder on the first and foremost on the top, integration. That's the central argument of using any ERP product anywhere in the world. All business processes within my enterprise, I must be able to integrate. Must be able to flexible. So you have all the processes. I mentioned to you SAP being used in 24 different industries. SAP being used in Boeing manufacturing aeroplane. SAP being used in Nike Reebok manufacturing shoes. SAP being used in Samsung and Apple manufacturing telephone. SAP being used in ExxonMobil and British Petroleum manufacturing oil and gas. SAP being used in PCNG, which is energy distribution. And also being used in Johnson & Johnson, which is pharmaceutical. They are all very separate companies. And you'll be surprised, in all these different companies anywhere in the world, which some of them I mentioned in 87% of Fortune 500 companies use SAP, and they use same SAP. 99.9% of SAP remains same. Answer to that question is they have industry solution and is flexible. Worldwide usage. Every country in the world having SAP, supporting all those currencies, supporting all those languages, all business languages of the world. Open architecture. So SAP can be used in any operating system, any database. Enterprise wide basically means it has a processes pertaining to any business, any process in an enterprise, whether it's a finance or sales and service and production, quality, inventory, warehousing, you name it, they are all there. Leading practices. When you're buying SAP, you're not just buying a software. You're also buying how the business should be conducted. Leading business practices, a better way of doing business. On this slide, this is called SAP-ECC. You will see certain colors, and these colors have some meaning. There is a green color, there is a red color, yellow color, purple color and blue color. This is how SAP ERP or ECC, ECC means Enterprise Central Component, which is SAP's third generation ERP. Green, logistic, red, finance, yellow, HR, purple, some technical aspect, and blue ocean. Almost entire SAP, some exceptions, are written in a programming language called ABAP. These are some of the modules in SAP ERP. Customer service, sales and distribution, materials management, production planning, quality management, plant maintenance, HR, financial accounting, controlling, asset management, project system. There is a model for workflow, and SAP has 24 different industry solutions. And almost entire SAP is written in a programming language called ABAP. What is a SAP module and component? A module represents a logical grouping of business processes and function. It is not possible, it is not required that you learn everything in SAP. If you can learn one or two modules of SAP, that is more than sufficient, more than enough. It's not needed. If you tell that I know 10 modules, then people will not believe it. It's not even required. What is a module? Module represent a logical grouping of business process and functions. And that logical grouping of the business process and function is called a module. These are some of the modules of SAP ecosystem. What are these modules? So first and foremost, finance. These are some of the processes which are there in the finance module. In finance, you have general ledger accounting. Account payable means paying to your vendors. Account receivable, receiving the money from your customers. Asset accounting, you have assets, depreciations. Legal consolidation reports, you have external reporting, creating a balance sheet, trial balance. A special ledger, you're doing material valuations and others. These are some of the processes in finance. Then you have another module called controlling. Controlling has activity-based costing, cost center accounting, profit center accounting, internal order, profitability, managing your cost. Finance, managing your revenue. Controlling, managing your cost and expenses. Of course, every company has a human resources, at least for now. In the future, we may be having robots, but so far we are safe. We have a human resource, we need people. You need personal management, time management, pairing, training, HR module. Sales and distribution. Every company, irrespective of what they do, there is always something to sell. Obviously, if your company don't have something to sell, you can't exist. So in SAP, there is a sales and distribution module in which is one of the core and important module in which you can do selling of the processed goods and shipping of the goods and transporting the goods, billing to the customer. EDI, electronic data interchange, means ability to communicate with the business partners electronically. Production planning. If you are a manufacturing company, you can do production planning, in which you can do basic data, various manufacturing processes, taking care of production processes in your manufacturing environment. Then we have materials management, another core module of SAP, materials management. In materials management, it takes care of your procurement, it takes care of your inventory management, it takes care of your logistic invoice verification, and it takes care of the planning, how much you have to procure and when. Procurement, inventory, invoice verification, and planning. Materials management, another core module of SAP Customer service. You sold the product. Customer is not happy. They want to return it. They want expenses. They want you to repair that product. Customer service. Project system. Many companies are in the business of installing external projects with the customer locations. Project system. Warehouse management. You might have a warehouse, distribution center, a large facility where you are storing huge amount of inventory stores in various bins locations. Warehouse management is very important. A lot of these companies which you see around, Amazon and Macy's and Home Depot, Best Buy, they're nothing but the warehouses. Quality management. You're buying, selling goods. You like to make sure what you're buying is of right quality, whatever you're selling is of right quality. You can do quality planning, quality inspection, quality control, and you can do test equipment management. And you can do plant maintenance. Where you have plant machinery equipment, you make sure those plant machinery equipments are up and running. There is no breakdown, there is a preventive maintenance, and there are many more. Let me recap. What are these modules? So we finance, taking care of revenue. Controlling, taking care of managing your cost expenses. Human resources, managing people. Customer sales and distribution, managing your customer. Production planning, managing your manufacturing. Materials management, managing your supply chain and inventory and procurement functions. Customer service, managing your after sales service issue if the customer is problematic. Then you have project system. Warehouse management, you have warehouse and distribution center, managing it. You have a quality management. You're buying, selling goods, making sure it's the right quality. Plant maintenance, you're making sure the plant machine equipment is of, you're not getting breakdown, and many more. These are some of the modules of SAP, ERP or ECC as it is called. Now I want to talk about some of the new dimensional products. These are the separate products. And first and foremost, I'm talking about something called CRM. So we have here a product called CRM, Customer Relationship Management. In SAP CRM or any CRM for that matter in the world, there are only 3 categories of processes. And those 3 category processes are here. Marketing and sales and service. An ability to reach customer through multiple channels. The channel partner, to field service, to call center, e-commerce. Marketing, finding prospects. Sales, converting those prospects into a customer. Service is to keep those customers with us possibly forever. Marketing, sales, and service. And this is a product called CRM, a separate product. There is another product which is called APO. APO stands for Advanced Planner and Optimizer. In APO is a part of a suite called SCM. So in SAP there is a SCM suite. Within SCM suite there are several products in fact. And one of them is APO, which is probably the most broadly and widely used. In APO, there are several sub-modules. There is a DP, demand planning. There is a supply network planning, production planning and detailed scheduling, transportation planning and weekly scheduling. Demand planning allow you to do the planning of the horizon of years. I want to plan on my shop floor for 2 years. Supply network planning is medium range planning in which you can plan for a month, 3 months, 6 months. And then you have PPDS, production planning and detailed scheduling, which you are planning your production for next day and for next 3 days. And then transportation planning and weekly scheduling, we are doing the planning for the minutes. APO, Advanced Planner Optimizer, SAP supply chain product, which allow you to do the supply chain planning from the horizon of years to the months, to the days, to the minutes. Another product is SRM. SRM stands for Supplier relationship management. SRM allows you to have a separate advanced procurement functions in which you can have a strategic sourcing, you can have operational procurement, you allow your supplier connectivity and supplier portal with supplier self-service functions, allow your suppliers to manage his catalogs and content on your portal, and all of them part of SRM. I mentioned to you in the beginning that SAP NetWeaver is SAP's platform. So SAP NetWeaver is SAP's platform. So in the bottom of it, there is a web application server, which you look at the bottom of my slide. And web application server, that is where SAP-ECC lives and breathes. SAP NetWeaver, beside being a platform, is also as a bunch of products in it. One of the products is called XI, now called PI. XI and PI is SAP's middleware. What does it do? Now you have SAP ECC, you have a CRM, you have SRM, you have SNC, APO, and all these different products I have spoken to you about. And I also mentioned these are the separate products. Now if a company is using multiple products, how do you connect them? When they are different products, and if a company using all these 4, 5, 6, 10 different products of SAP, how do you connect them? You connect them using something called XI or PI. Is SAP's middleware. Then we have MDM. MDM stands for Master Data Management. In Master Data Management or MDM, it allows you to manage your master data. In your company, you have customers, you have vendors, you have suppliers, your general ledgers, and other master data, price lists. How can you maintain all those master data constantly? How do you make sure that the master data which is used in one system, and second system, and third system, and fourth system is consistent? And in order to maintain master data which you can harmonize across different applications, you have a product called MDM. Then you have something called BI and BW. BW stands for Business Warehouse. BI stands for Business Intelligence. BI and BW is SAP's central reporting platform. Central reporting platform. So you need a report which can take the data from all different functions, all different modules, and you can do that using something called BI and BW. Okay. And then we also have something called EP, Enterprise Portal. Enterprise Portal allow you to have a single sign-on. Single sign-on basically means if you have a different product, you don't want to log into the 10 different products. You just log in once. Okay. Okay. Mobile infrastructure is basically means you can have a SAP also logged in or used, and that is where we call mobile infrastructure. So SAP can be used in mobile devices. You can do scanners, RF guns, and all that. So there is a whole mobile infrastructure in SAP. And that all part of SAP NetWeaver. Power of collaboration. I discussed about integration. And now I'm talking about collaboration. integration to collaboration. In the center of this slide is my enterprise. I have suppliers in China, Indonesia, and Malaysia. I have contract manufacturers in Canada, Mexico, and Brazil, and Argentina. I have logistic partners in various ports across the world. I have finance service providers in Europe, and I have other partners. Remember, world is flat, and it's becoming flatter every passing day. In any world, of course, first and foremost, we must be able to integrate within the four walls of my enterprise. That is given. How do you collaborate with your suppliers, your contract manufacturer, your logistic partners, your finance service providers? Your ability to integrate within the four walls of your enterprise is immensely important, but in the flatter world, if you cannot collaborate with the business partners across the planet Earth, your ability to do business is only so much. Therefore, lot of product which I have spoken to you in the later part of my conversation, CRM, SRM, SNC, APO, and many other products which I have not even spoken to, they are not necessarily providing you ability to integrate within the four walls. They allow you to collaborate with your business partners across the planet Earth. Integration to collaboration. SAP data and transactions. How does SAP works? There is input and there is output. There is input of the various type of transactions, various type of data, and there is output of the various type of data. SAP is a data hungry system. You need a lot of input of the data and it produces a lot of data. Good news, it produces a lot of data. Bad news, it produces a lot of data. If all the data which is produced by SAP, if you can make sense out of it, if you can utilize that data, if you can utilize that information, that is good news. If we cannot utilize that information, then that is the bad news. We have a different way of reporting. In SAP, search, herald, transaction list, report, these are different ways to report and analyze. BI or BW is the most comprehensive product for doing reporting and analytics in SAP. I mentioned to you, SAP produces a lot of data. Good news. SAP produces a lot of data. Bad news. Now, SAP HANA is SAP's platform. It is SAP's new database. It is SAP's in-memory processing database. SAP HANA. HANA is SAP's in-memory processing database. What does it do? If we take 77 minutes to process an information, without HANA, if it takes 77 minutes, with HANA, same information can be processed in 13 seconds. 77 minutes to 13 seconds, because it works on in-memory processing database. It allows you to process and use the amount of data in an immensely short period of time. This is the evolution of HANA since it came. In 2011, around 7 years back, SAP came with this SAP HANA, which is SAP's in-memory processing database, or platform. Then in 2012, SAP HANA was enabled on BW. In 2013, SAP HANA was enabled for Business Suite. In 2014, SAP HANA came with a product called Simple Finance. And in 2015, SAP came with something called SAP S/4HANA. SAP S/4HANA is SAP's fourth generation enterprise application, fourth incarnation. I mentioned to you SAP R2, first incarnation, which happened in 1979. SAP R3, second incarnation, which happened in 1992. SAP-ECC, third incarnation, which happened in 2004. And then SAP came with SAP S/4HANA in 2015. That is the latest and fourth incarnation of SAP. What does SAP S/4HANA do? Well, it does many other things. But one of the most important thing is because it is a backend database of HANA, it allows you to do the reporting and analytic 2000 times faster. It provides a completely different engine in terms of reporting analytic capabilities. SAP implementation. Last 45 minutes and so I've been talking to you. SAP is this, SAP is that. Let me tell you, SAP, although being immensely powerful software, but there is no Harry Potter in SAP. It's not that you buy SAP software from the Walmart and put into every computer of a company and some magic will happen. Nothing will happen. SAP is immensely powerful, but not magical. There is no Harry Potter. SAP is not the answer successful without extensive implementation and support. Without extensive implementation and support. So if SAP is implemented right, you get a business benefit. After implementation, if SAP is supported right, you get business benefit. If you don't implement right, you get no benefit at all. You can get a zero benefit. You can get a negative benefit. Your company's production can stop actually. And that is where this gentleman is snoring. I can hear his snores. I am very sure you can hear it too. SAP consultants are not supposed to, because it is not just the software. It is the right implementation, and after implementation there is a constant support which is required for SAP ecosystem to work and produce results. And implementation and support is done by SAP consultants. That is why software is important, software is powerful, but the right implementation and after implementation support is done by SAP consultant. That is why the consultant role is immensely important as well. Past many years I've been doing SAP and I did nothing else but SAP. I'm not alone. There are many dinosaurs like me who survive many ice ages doing just one thing, which is SAP. Because in SAP it's not just the software, but it's the right implementation and support which is done by consultants. Next step, first and foremost, thank you for all coming into the session. We appreciate it. This is my number 973-885-7245. You are very welcome to make a note of my phone number. This is my email address, dilip@kavirconsulting.com and dsadh@mythinktree.com. You are very welcome to make a note of my email addresses. Some of you I have already spoken, some of you I have not spoken to, and I'm very sure you will be having questions and you would like to talk to me. I would like to talk to you as well. So normally the questions and answer, what I like to do, everybody's background is different, everybody's education is different, everybody's aspiration is different, everybody's strength, weakness is different, everybody's starting point is different. So giving a general answers sometimes is misleading, probably is not correct, although is a faster way to do. But in order to advise people correctly, I like to talk to the people individually, one-to-one, understand them from where they are coming from, their education, their background, their strength, their weaknesses, and the starting point in their life, and give them advice, what I feel is right for them. And with that, I would like to thank you all. I look forward talking to you. Expect my call, my team's call. I repeat again, my number is 973-885-7245. My email address dilip@kavirconsulting.com, dsadh@mythinktree.com. With that, I want to thank you. With that, I appreciate you coming. And with that, I look forward talking to you in near future. Good night and talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.